Did I hear the words, I kicked a goal for every tap out he got?
Nope.
Did I hear those words?
I think you may have, Gaz.
Sorry. Welcome back to Etihad Stadium. Hawthorn taking on North Melbourne. Extraordinary ad break. Extraordinary. Our man, the Chief.
You blokes have straight
No. Chief, what has come to light is that you weren't a tackling machine.
I was a tackling machine.
You averaged...
They were recorded
6.2 of a tackle a game, and in fact you laid 6 in a year for your last two.
They were recorded
But having said that,
and the tackling
we then got on to, so I won't say Chief brought it up, one of his great supporters in the box then started to point out his goal-kicking numbers, which we don't like to highlight because that makes him look like a superstar. 236 shots at goal he had 1 year, and only got 18 Brownlow votes, Chieftain. 18 for 145 goals.
145 goals.
What happened that year, Chief? Yeah. You were abusing the umpire.
No, I didn't abuse the umpires.
145 goals, 80 what?
84.
Or something.
Oh, something
Or something like that.
Just an average of
145 goals, 84, and you got 18 Brownlow votes, Chieftain.
The funny thing is, I mean, it's a very different game, but, you know, you had Pluggy, you had Gary Ablett, Tony Modra, all these sorts of blokes. If you didn't kick 8+, you didn't get looking in the votes.
No, it's just outrageous. Although back in those days, it wasn't. You didn't have the full flood, except when the old mate Hawking and Zanotti double teamed.
But what you did have was blokes hanging all over you, doing exactly whatever they wanted to do.
I don't even know why I'm trying to defend you. I'm absolutely with you. So
145 and you couldn't win a Brownlow, Chief. Doesn't get much.
What year was that?
That was 92.
145 was 92. Who won it in that year?
Scotty Wine won it. Big ruckman from the West Bulldogs.
Well, therein lies the reason for Chief's hatred of ruckman.
No, not at all.
He did, but it is.
He had a good season.
Hey, Chief, it is ridiculous. Oh God, help me! It's ridiculously skewed to midfielders.
It always has been. And we all know that.
Right. Well, he's not a midfielder.
Who?
Scotty Wine.
Oh, Ruckman's not a midfielder. They run around on their own like the midfielders
not
do.
in the way we refer to midfielders.
Ruckman have always
now.
won Brownlows, haven't
they?
No, not that. They haven't won one since.
Where do you reckon he plays? The Ruckman.
When we say midfielders in
midfielder.
2014, we're referring to the smaller.
Yeah, they've dropped off them over the last 20
years. Back in that day,
since that year,
half back.
That night, did you think you were going to...
No, I think that night they decided, well, we better drop off Ruckman.
No, that night Chief wandered in. He went to Sammy Soho, who wasn't even invented in those days. Got himself the sharpest suit you've ever seen.
See what I did do?
What'd you do?
Spent a week writing my speech. I had 4 pages in it.
How much did you lose by? 2 votes.
2 votes.
And at what stage were you in it right up until the end?
You know very early on, because you know yourself when you're going through the games.
Not
the
really.
season just completed.
Shot might I?
No. You know your good ones, and when you don't get as a forward. Yeah. When you don't get them when you think you could.
Yes, that is true.
It's not like a midfielder. You don't have any games where you pick them up when you didn't think you were going to. That doesn't happen. Whereas midfielders, sometimes you can have 25, you can have 30, either or, you're still a chance of getting votes. Back then you knew. You knew if you're getting votes or not.
But it was only 18. What won it? 20?
20, yeah.
Well, you were still in the game, surely. You must have, if you had kicked 145 goals, you must have, even though your last few games, you must have had 7s and 8s coming up.
Yeah, but I was always around 22 specials. I'd always get 3 votes in around 22, so I was a little bit behind until...
Probably needed 157 goals, Chief.
Might have done it.
Fell a bit short.
They would have found a way to rob me that.
Just talking about in that part of that conversation, Brownlows were won with low vote tallies, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, we
16
talked about...
and 17.
16 was the Diesel Williams one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the 17 on Lockett.
Yeah.
So.
Dipper, what Dipper get?
He was with...
What, say that again?
He was...
What Chief say, Mr.
Oh, it's just
he was 16s and 17s were winning it, except for a couple of years where I polled 18 and still not 18.
Ah, dear me. Well, that is quite extraordinary.
It's funny, isn't it?
It's not funny, Chief.
You'd cry if it wasn't hilarious.
Although you weren't a tackling, we have established that 6 in a year is not big numbers for a tackle.
No, and we've just found out that Wolf, the numbers have come through your last 4 years.
I didn't
know.
I couldn't touch me toes.
You had a total of... Well, blokes don't hang around your toes. They're actually standing up next to you. You had 35 tackles in 4 years, so that's just under 9 a year. That's not bad.
Well, I only played 2 games
tackling
in 1 year and 3 in another.
Tackling machine.
So 2 games, 9 tackles is not bad.
The scary thing is you had more tackles than touches.
Well, that is true, Chief. That is true. I had rods in
Can we just stop strafing each other?
No, I like it. I like it. I did have 2 titanium rods up my back. Give me those numbers, please, Snorkel.
I had a skull that had been caved in.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. That's not important in your head. Anything you want to brag about?
No, not at all, Gaz.
He was a vote poll.
Not at all.
Where did you come? What was your best
You were leading the
finish?
Brownlow one.
Sorry?
What was your
Midfielder?
best finish? And don't bring your false modesty to this box because you'll get gobbled right up.
A couple of times.
4th a couple of times.
Yeah.
What year?
99 and one was early 90s.
What totals? In 99 in particular?
99 I got, I don't know, 19 I think, Chief.
Okay.
Yeah. See, the
Didn't
other
even
thing
get
is
to
that
top 3 by
both
then,
you two
big
were
numbers.
suckholes to the umpies. I used to
Sorry?
give them a fair cook.
You did, didn't you?
You gave
I can
everyone a
recall
fair
you doing
call.
Yeah, I
that.
did.
Yeah.